Hi, my name's Melissa, and I am doing a project for my um, interpersonal counseling class. So I wanted to ask you if it would be okay to videotape this session. The only person that will see it is my professor. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So basically, the project is about how the coronavirus has affected your life. Um, and you will be talking about that. I'll be asking you some questions, and we'll just go from there. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So can you tell me how your life has changed since the virus has started?
Um, Not being able to see my family as often as I would like. Not be able to see my mom at all, really. Um, People just not be able to do anything actually at all. Um, it's a lot of things to be honest. Like having to wash your hands more often, have to be more cautious about where you go, what you touch, who you're around. Um, Having to wear a mask everywhere you go when you're out in the public places and stores. Keeping social distancing can be a kind of a hard task.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just to that, basically. Oh, my brother, he had got tested for it, so we all had to isolate each other, permit each other, and his test came back negative, so that was a blessing.
So how was it initially when he was getting tested and you guys had to self isolate?
Um, it wasn't too bad. It was just like we're all stuck in a little spot together in the same house, and just waiting, just just waiting and waiting and waiting. Luckily, it came faster than we thought.
The results came
Mm-hmm.
faster. So did you guys have to isolate in separate rooms, or were you still able to um,
We all stayed
talk?
around each other because if we had it, we all had it regardless.
Okay.
So basically, if one of us had it, most likely we all would have had it.
So you said earlier that you hadn't been able to see your mom or talk to your mom as much. So how do you feel like that's affecting you?
Well, I would see her, but I wouldn't be able to give her a hug and
Mm-hmm.
contact. But would see her for a little bit and try not to even get close to her. And wearing a mask all the time bruises your face and
Mm-hmm.
marks your face up and hurts your breathing. Luckily, I don't go out very often, but when I do, it turns out to be a pain.
So what kind of things have you been doing at the house since you say you're not going out very often?
Um, I sleep more
Do you find you're sleeping more because you're bored, or do you think it's because you're depressed?
because I'm smoking more medical marijuana, the
Okay.
indica.
Okay, and that makes you sleep more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What other things are you doing to make time pass by?
Um, Nothing much. Talking on the phone, playing on the computer. Used to mess around with FanDuel often, but they just have like simulation games on now, so I check out that, and that's about it. Try to keep my mind off everything else going on.
Okay, and do you find that that you're anxious or depressed with everything, or do you feel like you're able to maintain?
Um, I say basically it is what it is, but we should be more cautious as a country, or else we're gonna go through it again and everything we did to try to um, break the curve is just gonna make the curve go right back up to where it started. So all of it's gonna be a defeated purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Opening things up too early is way, way wrong.
I agree with that. Do you watch the news a lot, or?
Yeah, I'm watching the news a lot. I get a lot of alerts on my phone about what's going on in our state or around the country or even anywhere around the world. Sometimes there'll be some updates on breaking news.
Now, does that make you nervous when you get those updates that, this is happening or that there's more deaths, that the
Mm,
numbers are rising constantly?
Not really, because I've been predicting this since January, like the 16th, 17th, that we were going to have to go through this in the USA, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy.
So you've been following it for a long time.
Yeah, I've been following it since the very first 100 cases in China before there was any deaths. I follow a couple conspiracy theorists, and a lot of times they're wrong, but this time they were looking at different videos coming out of China that were showing doctors and different things that were getting taken off and people getting killed or stuff like that. So you know it was something serious if they're trying to hide it that much. So I tried telling people in the USA and family and close friends and everybody that we're going to have to worry about this in about a couple months, 2 or 3 months, and here it is.
So now are you telling them, look how right I was about the virus?
No, I don't want to look like I'm right because I was going off with someone else's opinion, with which I had to do. But yeah, it was like you don't want to be right on something this major.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. What's been going on is definitely crazy.
It's affecting everything, every aspect of life. It affects it. No sports. The economy's about to feel like it's going to collapse. People ain't taking it serious, which is going to make it even a more serious situation. And then you have, on top of it, they're saying there's going to be a phase 2 next year around fall or winter where it could be worse because it's going to hit the same time as the flu hits. So it'll be a lot more people being taken care of for the flu and on top of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. So are you worried about, another round coming in, or is that something that you worry about?
No, why worry twice? If it gets you, it gets you. But if you worry about it and it gets you, you worry twice. Especially just if it hits you, it gets you. Don't worry about it.
So you've been doing all the precautions to keep yourself healthy, though, washing your hands, sanitizing, doing the social distancing, wearing masks, all that stuff.
Yeah, but I think these masks that people are wearing is giving them false security, so they're being careless more so than being cautious because they feel like these masks and these whatever face coverings they're wearing, they feel like they're bulletproof, which they definitely are not.
Well, from everything that you're saying, it sounds like you've learned a lot about the virus and what we should be doing so we don't get sick. Sounds like you've, researched a lot of the information on it.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much learned a lot about it, but some things that come out are false claims. But I'm just like any other person in the world that you got to go off your own judgment. It's not always going to be right, but you have to be your own person to make your own decisions.
So do you feel like the virus has changed your life negatively at all, or do you think your life is the same?
Oh, it's definitely changed negatively. You don't like seeing everybody stress and worry, and you're more or less worried about other people than yourself because you're taking care of yourself and you're more cautious, but